Barbara Kramer, and I'm the co-founder of Designers and Agents, and we are entering our 25th year. We are one of the only independently owned trade shows that exists at this point in time. Our audience are advanced young designer brands, and the retail audience is really also independent, higher end select shops, also in boutiques. We do work with some department stores, but for the most part we're really more of a curated show, and therefore the audience of buyers that come to us are really coming to discover what's new in this sort of advanced young designer market. And we have a very strict curation process. We have a lot of brands that outreach to us, and we look at them and we determine, will our audience of buyers be excited to discover these brands with us? We are very careful not to over-duplicate in a category, because we really want that every brand that is here has a great experience, which means, if like denim is happening, premium denim, we're never going to have more than 6 or 8 brands in that category at our show at any given time. So Designer and Agents really stands apart from these other trade shows because A, we're in our 25th year, and to stay relevant for that long means that we never have sold out. We have never been, we're going to be bigger, we want to make more money, therefore we're just going to invite in more brands. We have always really stayed true to our philosophy about how curating and really keeping our brand level of who we invite into the show at a really high at a really high level. So I think that retailers know when they come to shop our show that there's no ugly here, and there's nothing here that's not relevant to the market and what they are looking to buy. And we are not everything to everybody. We've really retained our level of being like this advanced young designer market. I would say probably 40% of our brands are from outside of America. We are probably the most popular trade fair in the US for European and Japanese brands to participate in. So again, we've never ever sacrificed our how important it is for us to keep this highly curated. And I think that also has garnered us a lot of brand loyalty. I mean, we have brands here who've been with us from the beginning, almost, or brands who, let's say they've been with us for 5 or 6 years and they're like, I'm going to go try another trade show, and 9 out of 10 times, if that's a really good DNA brand, they come back to us because no other show delivers on the promise the way we do. So when we started 25 years ago, it really came out of my business partner, Ed Mandelbaum, saying to me, we were at that point both living in New York with showrooms in New York, but prior to that we had both been in California and had showrooms here. So when we were back in New York, Ed was like, there's no trade show, there's nothing going on in LA, but I need to go do business there, don't you? And so I joined Ed, and there were 5 showrooms at that time in the Newmark building. We basically put a cardboard sign on a chair in the window that said Designers and Agents, and that was the beginning. And then the showrooms in the building went to building management and said, when these guys are in town, we have a busy market, keep them here. So the building came to us, and after we had done this 3 times, and each time we went from 5 showrooms to 10 showrooms to 15, then the building came and said, why don't we partner with you? So we've been in this space from the beginning. And at one point we were also across the street and had more space, and then 2008 happened and the market kind of shrank back, and we then made an executive decision and we said, we're just going to stay smaller. We're going to keep our footprint this size, and we're always just going to be with an intention of constantly improving and raising the bar on what we're doing. I mean, we get so many brands submitting to us, and we're just I say this sadly now, but I'm always send samples in like you're showing Barney's and they don't know you. Put your best foot forward, really send us a great representation of what your brand is about, so that the vetting committee really gets to understand what's at the heart and soul of your brand. I mean, New York is a hot, you know, it's a, New York is the window to the world. And our New York show is larger. And our New York show tends to have a bit of a more sophisticated audience of buyers that come, because I would say internationally there's more buyers coming to shop our New York show than come out for LA market. So LA is a bit more regional. I mean, we get retailers, we have retailers here now from North Dakota, from Idaho, from Colorado, from Hawaii, from, you know, outside. But our New York show is really like the world comes to our New York show. So there is a bit of a difference. I mean, I think if you walk through, you'll see that, like, there is no ugly here. I mean, there is no, like, oh, whatever. I mean, the brands that are here, they're all really carefully selected. And then we are really truly merchandisers. So the way we lay out the show, we give great thought and pause to which brand we put next to which brand of the show, across from which brand of the show, and the flow of the show. So as a buyer walks through, they can actually start to build in their mind like what the buy might look like between one brand and a complementary brand, and how it could like end up looking in their shop. So we really curate as with the buyer's experience in mind.